Welcome to the channel. It's Mark, not Marcus, and we're here with the first dev blog of 2K21. Alright, so today we got our first dev blog, and I'm gonna give it to y'all in the fastest, quickest way possible. I already read through it, so we can go through, hit the highlights, and yeah. So first thing, in the first opening little blurb paragraph they already gave us like the most important piece of this dev blog. NBA 2K21 demo August 24th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Alright, the second point that the article covers is something called Dame Time. I don't think this is anything like legitimately in the game. I think it's just something that, they titled it as to get some more attention. But basically, they got feedback from Damian Lillard, who is the current generation cover athlete, about what he liked and what he didn't like about 2K. And the big point that they talk about in this is they're changing the max height for point guards to 6'8". Now, when you think about this from a my career player perspective, this is something that's a really good change because it helps you get more versatility in your own player. But for a competitive standpoint, it's something that's already iffy. Like, we already have point forwards that can basically do the same thing, so why are we giving point guards access to 6'8" with the badges that they already have? But I mean, from a pure my career standpoint, I think it's a really good change. But what this section was trying to convey, it was a lot of press talk. All Mike Wang wants to do is just, for this current generation, tune the gameplay and funify the experience. And I think that taking this current gen version of 2K21 is a great way to do that. So that way, and the next generation of 2K21, that we can have the best product that they are able to put out. Alright, this second section is talking about the Pro Stick and the changes that they've made. Right here, we're going to show off rip. I think this right here is really good for the dribbling community in 2K. Me, myself, I don't really dribble like that. I can hit like a combo or two, but I'm not really into it like that. It's just, that's too much for me. But I think it's really good because also the Pro Stick, they took off the jump shooting from like any other direction. And I think that'll help because that is something that messed me up a lot was, I'm dribbling and then I just pull up random. And that's something that's really annoying. So I'm glad that this was something that they decided to take a point on and fix in this year's current generation. And they also, they got a couple new dribble animations with Harden, Kobe, Durant, and a bunch of Nate Robinson dribble animations as well. Alright, so the second biggest gameplay change in this article is talking about shooting. Well, not necessarily changes to shooting, but additions to shooting. Now, instead of just, pulling back the stick and timing it normally, they have added shot stick aiming, or a form of it. This was also in 2K17, but a lot of people didn't use it. I didn't use it. I just wasn't. It never felt right to me. But they're saying for this, the shot meter changes from a timing bar to a targeting system. So instead of trying to stop the shot meter when you reach the perfect release window, you adjust the Pro Stick in real time to hit the ideal center aim point. So this is basically like a mini game within jump shooting for the really skilled players. I think this is a way for them to balance out the competitive scene of NBA 2K and the casual scene of NBA 2K in a way that everyone can be happy from this. Because me, I would consider myself more of a casual player of 2K. I will not touch this. This is not something that I ever want to touch. This looks like it's too much for me, and I haven't even seen how it looks yet. I can just tell from the words that this is not for me. This shooting mechanic change also applies to layups as well. So doing the different types of acrobatic layups will also trigger this, aiming mini game type thing. For me, I think this is a little bit better than jump shooting because, when you're trying to do a layup, you're actively paying attention to the movements of your player and how he's traversing around the court. Whereas when you're doing a jump shot, you're looking more around your player because you already know your jump shot in your head. So why do you need to look at your own player? So I think this would be a little bit more beneficial for me in the layup department. And again, new shooting animations, and they are citing the James Harden unique 1 foot running fadeaway. And at the end of the shooting portion, they also throw in this on the defensive end. You can expect a much stronger presence from bigs in the paint. Block targeting has been improved, so it'll be easier to send weak shots back. We've loaded up more coverage for contact in the paint to slow down more overpowered moves. So basically, what they're doing is they're adding more like contact animations and stuff like that to make it, more realistic for the driving to the basket type things. So the defense has a much better chance of stopping the offensive player. And I think that's really good because there's a lot of rim running in 2K and that doesn't need to be in there. All right, motion styles. So this third part, I think this is the weakest part of the whole article. Just like signature dribble styles and how the player is going to move throughout the court with the ball. They use Russell Westbrook, Giannis, LeBron, Kawhi, Pat Beverly, Andre Iguodala, and Draymond Green. I think that the first four make sense, but these last three, I don't know who's trying to move like Pat Bev, except for some black Air Force One users on the park. That's about it. And they're also changing off-ball and on-ball movement to be more responsive. So that's always a good thing. They say that every year though, so we'll see how it changes this year. So for this third section and last section is going to be about badges. The main talking point is about how they're keeping in the badge system change from last year, how you could quickly switch your badges once you max them out, in and out, change however you want it to spec how you want it. And I think that's a really good change. It helps keep flexibility in your game and keep it interesting for yourself, so you can always change something up if you don't like it or you want to try a different challenge out. So I think that's a really good not change, but I guess improvement that they decide to like solidify into their game. And it says in this last paragraph here that they removed quick draw. I think that's a really good change in the game because it just helps with the versatility and customizability of your My Player. I think that limiting it to a shooting badge did cripple a lot of builds this year. And so if you wanted a good shooting build, you had to make sure you had enough badges to get quick draw as well as your other like standard shooting badges. So I think that'll just help the game out in the long run. And we're already to the closing thoughts of the article. So thank you to Mike Wang for giving us this information. The best part of this dev blog to me was the new shooting mechanics. Like, yes, I know I'm not going to use them, but I know for the community in general that it's going to be a big step towards creating that competitive game mode to make the game more esports friendly. I know that's a big reason why they're making a lot of these changes for the NBA 2K League. And I think that's really good in terms of long-term playability of the game, because when you have these competitive and casual scenes, it just makes the game so much better and it improves the game for everybody involved. So that's it for this NBA 2K21 dev blog. We're gonna keep covering these as they come out, and we saw a lot of good things in this first one, so hopefully they can keep giving us some good content in these. Yo boy, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next